Dawns ARKS! Welcome everyone to your weekly Phantasy Star Online 2 podcast, recorded live on March 18th, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, PrinceBrightstar, and with me is Xance. And we are here we're here watching the second prologue today. And in fact, we're going to go ahead and tune right into that, because it looks like they may already be going here. So let's go ahead and switch over to that here.
Loved all over the world through the Japanese version and the global version. Well, yeah, the global version now.
Yep.
Good morning, Lord Samuel.
Yeah, this is kind of surprising. They started a few minutes early here. They actually caught us off guard here.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Hello, Lord Samuel. So I am curious what they're going to be saying here today.
Well, you want to mention that tweet that they put out?
Yeah, let me bring that up again here real quick. This was put out by the global community. Let me find it again here. Yeah, it's basically we're gonna hear the PSO2 global players are gonna hear news that players don't want to miss. Is effectively what the tweet said. This was sent out about 9 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess this was just a quick trailer that they were playing or something for the game, or maybe they were doing an audio check. Great, we rushed it. We rushed through the intro for that. Oh well. All right. Well, in that case, I guess we'll take us back to the main scene here then. At least until that gets going again here.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of today, the real hope is that we're going to hear something about maybe open beta for the Japanese version or potentially global. Oh,
Well,
are they going again?
Well, if you bring up the tweet on the screen here, they specifically did mention about how they're just doing the trailer again.
Yeah, okay, we'll take us back to our thing here then.
Yeah.
Let's see, mute that. Yeah, I don't get why they're doing this morning. Yeah, let me see if I can bring that up for everybody here. 1 second. And here we go. Whoops. There we go.
Oops. Yeah. Tomorrow morning, learn more about PSO2 New Genesis and be the first to hear about news PSO2 global players won't want to miss.
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting that they worded it that way. I'm hoping that this isn't just simply a hype building thing and that there's actually some substance behind this today. So we will see.
Yep, I hope that means something.
Yep.
What it means, I don't know, but I hope it means that we'll get an open beta or closed beta of global as well.
Yep.
I think they're going to need that, considering how the closed beta test was for PSO2 last year. Like, knowing how garbage the servers got to a point. Also,
yeah, with
live editing on stream. Woo!
yeah, a little put together real quick here. And part of that is just simply because I was busy yesterday, and I'll bring this up now here. For anybody that's wondering, let's see. I now have my Klaus weapon done, at least for the moment. I'm gonna 8 slot this once the 20% affix boost comes in 2 weeks, but I have that thing put together now, so that is ready to go, basically. Of course, There's going to be more Klaus weapons in the future, but just knowing that you need 300 Class X cubes per each one, it's going to take a while to put the rest together.
All right,
Yeah.
looks like they're starting here.
Okay.
They're doing the countdown.
Alrighty, here we go.
Hello!
We'll see if we have the poor translator again this time.
Viewers of YouTube and Twitter Live. Welcome to our program PSO2 New Genesis Prologue 2.
Oh, it's a
Phantasy
different
Star Online
translator.
2, or
Yeah.
PSO2, the online RPG proudly published
Sounds
by
much
Sega
more
and gaining
professional.
great popularity around the world,
Agreed.
is going to be
Maybe they
reborn
actually
as
listened to
Phantasy
the
Star
fans
Online
from last
2
time.
New Genesis, or
Yeah.
in short, PSO2 NGS. By this year's 2021
But
major
the
update.
chat still
In
say
this special
translator
program, we are
Coon.
here to bring you the merits and the latest information of this
Translator
new
Coon's
PSO2
prepared this
NGS.
time.
This program
I
is
guess
titled
so.
Prologue, preceding
Yeah, and,
the start of the service of PSO2
And welcome,
NGS.
Lord Samuel,
Today's
Mini
program
Chris,
is Prologue
Genesis,
2,
or
subsequent
Genesis
to Prologue
13.
1, which was aired in December
And
2020. Please look forward to today's program.
And Gideon.
Rip translator
This
Coon.
program
Yeah, I
is
know.
live streaming of the
But hey, we
pre-recorded
got
program.
much more
The viewers
professional
of this
translator
program
Coon.
can make comments, but please
Mhm.
know that we are
And
not
they have
able
different
to respond
People
to your comments.
voicing. Good. That was a problem with the first
also, we
one.
are simultaneously live streaming the English double version of the program on YouTube global channel PSO2. So if you want to watch this in English, please check this channel.
We're getting lots of comments, you know, like super kawaii.
Didn't you say the same thing last time?
Yeah, it says, Habumi kawaii, wave to me, Iwai kawaii. Thank you for that too. I'm Iwai, right? Okay, enough of that. I'm the main MC of this program, Iwai of Harachi. And here's today's assistant MC.
Good evening, everyone. I'm the assistant
Clap.
MC of this program, Mizuho Habu of Sakurazaka 46. I'm looking forward to learning more about this new PSO2 NGS with you.
Is that a musical
That's great.
girl
It's been
or
a
something?
while,
It's
Habumi.
been a long time, hasn't it?
We did a location shoot together quite a while ago, right?
Musical
That's
what?
right, it was fun.
Are they
Lots
from
of
a
time has
musical
passed
group?
Since then, so all the fans
I
of
don't know.
Sakurazaka 46 must call you Habumi by now, right?
Yeah, I don't
Never
follow
Yeah, they
too
do
much
have a
of-
class-
It's you who
Classified
called me by
between
that
them.
name,
Okay.
UI-san.
What? Wasn't your name Zuho Habumi?
No, Mizuho Habu.
Oh, it was incorrect. No wonder I kept thinking how strange your name was. Anyway, this is the second program of the Prologue series that was launched late last year. I promise you that today's program will also be full of fun and useful information, just like last time. You like games, right, Habumi?
Yes, I like it so much that I play games not from morning till night, but from morning all through to the next morning.
No sleep?
Yes, I sometimes devote myself to playing games without sparing time for sleep on my day off.
You must be really curious about this game. That's great. Please try playing this game once the service starts. I'm sure that those of you who are new to PSO2 and thinking of playing it for the first time, like Habumi, would also find this program useful and enjoyable. So please tag along with us till the end. Now, let's start off with this project, the so-called NGS mission.
Last time I think they had to create
So,
a
as is
finger movement or
customary since
something.
last time, we'd like to have Habumi come up with an original signature pose for this program. It's got
Also,
to
I
be
seem
cool
to be
enough pose to make
behind
the
on
viewers of this
my
program want
end
to copy
when
it.
it comes to my
Want
stream.
to copy? That's tough.
Just maybe give it a refresh or
I've
something.
never been asked to do something like
That
this
just keeps
before, so
putting
I've
me
never
further
given
behind.
much thought of creating this signature
Ouch.
pose till now.
Oh, don't you have like a Habumi original gag or something?
No, I don't have any.
Nothing? I thought that the popular idols usually have one original of their own, don't they?
Yes, they usually do. I have thought about it, but couldn't come up with a good one.
Is that so? Hopefully something good comes up for this special occasion. What we want for the signature pose is that it has to be a cool and simple enough pose so that the viewers can remember and copy it.
I see.
This is a chance for your
This is
signature
what it's like
pose
to
be
watch
used
dub
as
anime.
we call out the title of this program from now on.
Hey,
So
not
give us
all
your
dubbed
best shot.
anime is bad. I
Also, you
mean,
want
think
to know
back to
something
Cowboy
incredible?
Bebop.
If your
Oh, yeah.
signature pose
Bebop.
is really good, we might
Or
consider
Hellsing
adding the
Ultimate.
pose
Hellsing
in
Ultimate's my
PSO2
favorite
as one of
anime
its
all time.
emotes.
Wow, now I'm really
Yep.
But
motivated.
yeah, they're doing the
Imagine that
same
characters of
kind of
PSO2
pose
could be doing
thing
your signature
that
pose in the game.
they
Comes
did
true,
last
and
time.
if you want to claim the
Yep.
copyright for your pose, you can talk about that later. Anyway, we wish you the best. So, what kind of signature pose is she going to come up with? Habami is going to demonstrate her original
Yeah, Yu
signature
Yu
pose
Hakusho
for us
was
at
a good
the
one,
end of
too.
the program. The signature pose created by the previous assistant, Nibu-chan, was evaluated as pending as a consequence, because it looked like it wasn't really good.
That's not true.
Well,
And it's
we
probably
didn't
gonna be
really
something
feel
lame
her
again.
zest for it, so pending is the result.
We'll
So
see.
please come up with something we can accept.
Okay, I'll do my best because I really want my pose to be accepted.
Please look forward to it, everyone. All right, PSO2 New Genesis Prologue 2. The same as the last time, we're
Fortnite
bringing the
default
latest
dance,
and
God
useful
damn it.
information of PSO2 NGS one after another, so stay with us to the end of the program. All right, without further ado, let's get into the first section. Habami.
Yes, the first section is PSO2 NGS hot information.
Now I'd like to introduce to you PSO2 NGS official navigator Hiro Arai.
Hero's
Good evening.
back.
Thank you for having me.
Hiro Arai himself.
Yay, Hiro.
He's a familiar face to this program since the previous one. Have you had a chance to watch the last one?
Of course.
Hiro-san, we're getting lots of comments for you like Hiro-san kawaii.
It seems like so. Thank you for the comments.
Those
I
look
see
like
comments
brand new
saying, "Wave to
sneakers."
me," so why don't you wave to the viewers? Nice, thank you. I can see there are a lot of fans of Hiro Arai out there. Probably he now needs to have his own events like fan meetings.
Yes, I think things are
Mini
going
Chris,
to be
he
a
is
really
the
busy
navigator, so I don't know what that
Some
actually
of the
means
viewers
internally
may be
for
new
them.
to this program, so could you introduce yourself?
So I guess director.
Could be.
Hello, everyone. This is Hiro Arai, the official navigator of PSO2 NGS.
Yeah.
As the navigator, I intend to provide you with all the newest info on PSO2 NGS
Official
and become the
navigator.
bridge between players and the devs in order to navigate the game into an even better direction. Glad to be here.
Thank you. He knows everything about PSO2 NGS, so if you have any questions, just ask him.
That's right. In fact, he acts as a bridge for us.
That's right. Very helpful to
Maybe.
newcomers. Now then, Hiro-san, can you tell us how the first closed beta test from the other day went?
Sure. The first closed beta test went live at the end of January, and many joined in. Thank you, everyone, for your support.
I heard it was really exciting.
Did you get to play it, UI-san?
I actually didn't get the chance to join the closed beta test due to some timing issues. But I did
didn't
get a
get to
chance to
play
play
it.
a build with Sega staff
Neither
and
did
Hiro-san
I.
at their headquarters.
And neither of
It
us
was
got in for
great,
the second
and it looked
one.
really pretty.
No, but GM Custom got in the second one.
As did some other players.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did the translation drop out?
EY's character creation was really unique.
Yeah, what
That's
happened to
right.
the translation?
I also did the character creation. And
Okay,
this is
there
what
it
I
is.
created. What do you think? She's a mechanical girl named Cast.
Are you partial to twin pigtails?
Yeah,
Oh.
I like twin pigtails. I created this girl by imitating the character that I was using when playing Phantasy Star Universe a long time ago.
I see. So that is to say, this girl is your type.
Yes. I
Oh,
love
they
twin
just
pigtails.
name dropped
So
Phantasy Star
Habami,
Universe.
please set your hair in twin pigtails when you come
Yep.
next time, okay?
Well, I think my hair isn't long enough to.
It's okay, no problem. I like short twin pigtails too.
I think I'll pass.
So what do you think, Hiro-san?
Well, I like the straight hair myself.
I wasn't asking
Trying
about
to
your
get her
favorite
to
hairstyle.
have
I was
pig-
asking what you
the
think of my
pigtails.
character creation. Come to think of it, don't you see many characters similar to mine in PSO2?
Yes, indeed, it's very popular. Should I say a cosmic look?
It's really kawaii character, isn't it?
And EY-san played it as a hunter.
That's right. The hunter was really easy to use. It had
Really
high
kawaii
maneuverability
character.
and was
Oh,
very
that
quick in
sounds
movement.
like such a
Is it easy to
weeaboo
use
thing to
even for
say.
beginners?
Yes,
Yep.
I believe so. EY-san was a little stiff at
Yeah, it
first.
sounds like you
but
might be
he
5 or
immediately
10
got the
seconds
knack of
behind.
it and was able
Oh
to
yeah,
deliver
I'm
various
definitely
moves
behind
like
on
a
it a bit.
counterattack in no
Like I
time.
You
mentioned.
can deliver attacking moves
We
easily
live in a
just by pressing
society.
buttons rapidly for beginners.
Yes, that's right. It's really easy to play with, I think.
Yes. Oh, this is... So I played it with other players, but we had a tough time finding the boss character named Nagrus. The mission was to defeat the boss character named Nagrus, but it was really hard to find it, and it took us quite some time until finally one of our players spotted him and said, "It's right over there!"
That's right. We heard someone saying found it, and so we followed the voice and arrived here.
Yes, the Nagrus we
Oh,
encountered
that
was
looks
gold,
cool.
which was different color.
Yeah,
from
I
the
think
normal
that when
Nagrus. So
I
it was a
think
very rare
the
Nagrus.
silver and gold
We were
ones show up
very fortunate to
after a
encounter this golden
PSC burst
Nagrus,
climax,
right?
if I
That's
remember
right.
correctly.
Then all of us attacked together and successfully defeated it. Since we defeated the rare golden Nagris, we were expecting to get something really nice from it. But actually, there was not a single drop that was rare.
Is that so?
Yes, that was really sad.
Especially after going through all the trouble, and we were so excited when we finally managed to defeat it.
It's fun to play with other players, isn't it?
Yeah. I played with some staff members of Sega, so they knew what they were doing, and I was glad to help in defeating the enemy.
Next is this. Iwai-san took this screenshot for us.
Yes,
live in a
this
society.
place was really beautiful. When I took this screenshot, it was at nighttime with the full moon. This place was a field full of pink grass that gleamed in reflecting the moonlight. There were many more places like this with gorgeous scenery in this game.
Yes, in fact, this is one of my favorite places.
Oh, really?
Yep,
Thank you
the
for
mug's
taking me
back.
to the best place.
Yep.
It is beautiful during the sunset as well.
Yes, I can imagine that. Also, I enjoyed jumping in the ocean, and it was a nice feeling to swim in there. The ocean was very beautiful.
Sounds really nice. I want to go there, too.
Yes, I really enjoyed it. I spent so much time just on the character create. Of course, I enjoyed playing it overall. I really recommend that you play this game.
To tell the truth, it was only for the short period of time, but I played this game a little earlier today.
Really? All this time you were acting like you've never played this game before.
Sorry, I was pretending I know nothing.
Wow, you
Yeah,
got
well,
me
Samuel,
good.
that's
You were
a
acting
Google
like you've already
translation
played this
error.
game? I envy you, Iwai-san. You've played the game too. So what's your impression?
The graphics were so beautiful that it made me want to take a nap on the grass in the game. I also enjoyed creating my own character.
So this is it? The character you created?
Yes.
Your character looks tall.
Yes, I'm
I think I'm caught up
171
now.
centimeters tall, and I wanted
Alright,
my
great.
character to be similar to my actual
nope, I'm
size.
still a bit
I can
behind.
create it in any shape I want, and it's very
Why am I-
easy to do.
The character
Behind
was
you,
based
I
on the
don't
mirror image
understand.
of her own self, so to speak.
Yes, I really enjoyed this character creation.
So did you play with the hunter?
Yes, I played as the hunter. I heard it's easy to play for beginners.
How was it? Did you defeat lots of enemies?
Yes, I did. I got the knack of it as I kept playing. I could make moves like jump attacks. It's fairly easy to control, so I enjoyed it very much.
Right. Since there's no complicated rule in defeating the enemy, anyone can manage it easily and intuitively.
It only requires very simple control.
We both enjoyed it very much.
I'm glad you both enjoyed the CBT. But we will actually have our second test starting tomorrow, March 19th. Although the contents won't be too
I hope you both
different
enjoyed
from the
the
first
CBT.
test, we have already finished recruiting more users to join us on the test. Now both CBT 1 and 2 are for domestic users, but I'm pleased to announce that
Oh, of
there
course.
will also be a CBT for global
Although
version
for
users
me-
as well.
Hey!
I don't know what I want to do.
Global CBT!
That's wonderful
Yay!
news.
We will
Awesome.
provide further
Good.
details on the Global Version's official website and Twitter.
Hopefully
at
I
the
can be
later
a part of
time.
that.
So please hold on just a while longer on an announcement. And so, with second CBT around the corner and the
All
Global
right,
CBT
we just need to
being
wait
a
later
reality,
today.
we would like to go over
This is
some of
actually
the elements
really
that
great
were
information
introduced
because I
on
was
the
afraid
first
that they were going to
CBT
try to
for
launch on
people
Azure
who were
and
unable
then
to
just
participate or
have it
had
crash
time
on the
to
first
experience
day.
Everything.
We weren't able to play for too long either, so we would like to hear as well. Please, go right ahead.
Now, please take a look at this next footage. Allow me to introduce boss enemies from the new enemy type in NGS, which are dolls.
Game footage not final.
First is Bujin. They're tiny dolls, but their quick attacks make them very powerful. They have ninja-like movements, and once their health is low, they attack using clones of themselves. Their actions are real tricky
And they're missing an arm.
stylish.
I kind of wonder what
transparency
Gaijin
of the
Goomba
body
would
looks
say about
really
these
cool. It's very agile,
these
too.
dolls here.
It's really quick in movement.
Next
Why
up
is it missing an
Daitil Soul.
arm?
They're
have
giant-like
no
dolls
idea.
that showed up at the end of the
Oh,
opening
now
movie.
this one has an arm.
Their big bodies make it easy to spot from afar and provide a new
Yep, that was the
experience in
Emergency
fights.
Quest boss, if I remember
You can
correctly.
knock them down by
Okay.
accumulating damage to their feet, making it easier to aim for the heart, which is their weak point. Their attacks are somewhat easy to dodge due
Ooh.
to their slow movements, but careful as they are powerful attacks.
Wow, this attack looks really lethal. What a devastating attack. Everything's turned red.
It's really angry, that's for sure.
Also, NGS has enemies called Formers, who resemble Sylvants from the old PSO2. Allow me to introduce you to some of these Formers who pose as boss enemies.
So
The Crag Bear
they're Sylvants.
have big attack motions, making
Yep.
them predictable. It
They're
acts
not being
differently
called
to the
Sylvants, but
enemy
they're
it's
Sylvants.
based on from PSO2, and will use attacks such as sending out shockwaves by punching the ground.
Yes,
or
monkey!
anti-air attacks such
We
as
got
jumping
monkey!
and grabbing a hold of players.
It's grabbing and throwing down to the ground. You're in serious
Yep.
danger when you get
Welcome
this
back,
type of
Rock Bear.
combination attack.
That's unbelievable.
Ard Bansers and Ard Banshees are known for their quick attacks. Although
And the
their
Bansers are
counterparts
back.
from PSO2
And, Banshee
also
as
held
well.
powerful
Yeah,
attack
good.
patterns. They have powerful wind howling attacks and wind cutters added, allowing them
think
to
we'll
fight
probably see
against
Gal
long
Griffin at
range
some
and
point then.
airborne players just like the Crag Bear. There are also new enemy types other than dolls
Alters.
called alters. Their unsettling eye-themed designs and their increase in strength during the nighttime makes these new enemies unique. Here are some alters that pose as boss enemies. First up is the Chiakurio. They're sea angel-like enemies that float
Chiakurio.
about and mainly enhance other enemies,
So, this is the so-called supporting type enemy, right?
like this. That's right, and this is how it does.
I see. So this is how it supports and enhances other enemies.
Sounds like we want to take that down first then.
Next up is Wowlon. They attack with the sickles in their hands as well as kick attacks that send out waves.
Ooh.
It looks like very good at kicking.
Now this guy
That's
looked kind of
impressive.
like
seems
one
to
of the
create
seed
some
forms from
shockwaves
back
as
in
well.
Phantasy
This
Star
is going
Universe,
to
the way that
hurt
it
a
fights.
lot.
Very
Yeah,
dangerous.
it kind of does.
The tail also looks dangerous.
That's it for new information on enemies.
I
Okay,
like the
let's recap what we
enemy
learned so
that
far.
attacks with
Please
kicking.
take a look at this slide. Boss enemies from the dolls such
Kicking?
as
I wanna
Bujin
do
and
more
Daito
kicking.
swords. And these PSO2 Sylvant-looking boss enemies from the formers such as Crag Bear, Ard Banser, and Ard Banshees. New boss enemies from the altars such as Chiakurio and Wowlons were introduced. There were a lot more normal enemies in the closed beta test aside from the bosses we introduced for formers and altars. Were there any enemies that caught your interest?
Daito swords are real tall, so am I. So I was confident.
私も身長高いのでこれなら勝てそうジャンプ
Yeah, it was the Seed Venus I was thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Sakurazaka 46 Daital sword.
Yeah, pretty much.
You should probably defeat the altars first, right?
Yes, that's right.
I wonder how these Wowlons live with the sickles in their hands.
Yes, right.
I guess it skewers everything that it eats.
Well, it's easy. They just
It must
stab
have
everything
one
to
tough
eat.
lifestyle. I don't think
Yep.
I could live like that.
And it just
That's
says
for
that.
All
Yep.
in all, the improvement
Yeah.
in the graphics is very
Yeah, you're
clear
definitely
and
behind by a
undeniable.
couple of seconds
It's
here,
much better
unfortunately.
and more beautiful. The quick movements are nicely displayed too.
That's right.
If they're called Daital sword, then that must mean that there are non-sword types, right?
Well, I'm not sure.
Oh, he's stalling, and that's very suspicious, isn't it?
怪しいですね
Yes, he's just playing dumb.
Now let's go to the next footage. We will be providing additional information on exploration sections. In previously shown information, we stated that the
Up to
open
32
field
players,
will have up to
ooh.
8 players. But in actuality, that was the case for the combat sections. But in the exploration sections, a total of up to 32 players can play together at once. Exploration
Looking forward to a
sections
boss
allow
drop.
for gathering materials, finding new locations, hunting for certain enemies, and so on.
Speaking of bosses
allowing
that
you
just
to
randomly
explore
show
the
up there.
area, which is why there are less enemy encounters than the combat section. But there are special enemies that only appear in exploration sections. One type of those enemies
Ooh.
are the dread enemies that are powerful, higher level variants of the same that appears normally, and pose as a boss of the area. Their HP and strength are increased, so avoid fighting them until you're higher level.
I do like
There
that
are
the
also
camera pulls out for them,
Gigantics
but
that
I do
appear
also
under
want
very
to be able to
specific
control that
conditions.
manually.
They have much higher
Same.
levels than the Dread enemies and end up leaving after a set time, so working together with other players is absolutely necessary.
Oh, enemies that only last a certain time.
Because I'm tall.
You can. You feel confident against the big ones, huh? Here, he's attacking its weak point.
Their attempt at
Yeah,
making
And that's the
humor.
introductions
Wait
to
a minute,
the exploration sections.
what they're calling them,
Let's go
the
over it through some
Gigantics.
slides.
Isn't that kind of like
Previously,
Gigantes?
we mentioned that PSO2 NGS will have
the
a
Phantasy
what?
Star Nova?
combat.
Oh,
Many were
yeah,
disappointed
that.
Due to PSO2 originally having 12-player multiplayer sessions,
probably.
which meant the scale was tinier this time. However, that was only the case for combat sections, which focus on fighting enemies. But instead, within the exploration section, you can play with up to 32 players.
Yeah, they had to limit it because of the
32-player
Vita,
sessions must
primarily.
have been a surprise for users, as
Yep.
it was only revealed once. They actually played the closed beta test. The evolved multi-party system, which allows for seamless matchmaking by simply being in the field, is best experienced than just hearing about it. As was
So
noted
is this
by the
the
dev
leader
team,
and sub-leader thing we saw previously?
these exploration sections will have guardians of the area,
Maybe.
dread enemies, and Gigantics show up. The Gigantics have an unusual amount of HP and attack, and they also despawn after a certain amount of time. The first CBT featured the Gigantics of the Daitil, but I heard that only a small amount of users were able to defeat it during the test.
It looks really strong and powerful.
I myself have encountered a strong enemy like this when I played.
Yes, it was the enemy called Wowlon, and you were still at level 1 at the time.
Encountered at level 1?
Ouch.
Yes, I encountered Wowlon in the moment I stepped
Level
outside, and I heard other
one.
players saying, "Get away from there right now!" So I just ran away from there as fast as I could. It was really close.
That's right. That's it for the exploration section. Any information catch your eyes?
The dread enemies seem to
Yeah,
have moss
so
growing
they can show
on
up,
their
they have a
bodies,
stupid
and I
amount of
was impressed
HP,
at
and
the
yet they have
amount
to
of
take them
details.
down quickly.
Yep. I guess we'll see if
Yes,
they're
they're
gonna roll out
supposed to be like
Buster
guardians
Piles
that
at any
protected
point or
these
not.
areas for a long time.
Or
Please
not
no.
Buster Piles, just
So that's
piles in the
why.
Halo,
That's
I guess.
some detail.
Yeah,
The
please no
32
Buster
player
Quest.
combat seems grand and
Yeah.
exciting, but are the Gigantics hard to defeat even with 32
Yeah,
players?
those were
It seems
weapons
there were
that were
some
introduced in
users who
Phantasy
went
Star
with
Nova.
a full 32 party, but only 17 of these enemies were defeated in the entirety of the test period.
Is that so? It means that so many skilled players battled hand in hand, but that was all they could defeat.
It tells me how powerful these enemies are.
Yeah, really powerful.
The players who participated in the first beta test were all extremely well skilled.
I thought so. They got to
So
be
I can see
advanced
these
players.
If you
working
can
out
defeat
similar
such
to
a
how
powerful
Final Fantasy
enemy, you will be
14's
recognized
Notorious
as a
Monsters
hero, right?
work out.
I want to
Probably.
That
It's
would
just
be nice,
they're
and
on
I'm
a
sure there will be
stricter
even more
time limit.
powerful enemies
Yeah,
appearing one
so
after another. So I want to be the
I wouldn't be
first one to
surprised if we
defeat
like
them.
see
Yes,
Discords
good
pop
luck.
up that are
Let's go
dedicated to
over
just
other
hunting them
information That
down.
was introduced in the first CBT.
Yeah,
all
I
at
wouldn't be
once with
surprised
some
either.
slides. Please go ahead. The outerwear and cast parts in PSO2 NGS are similar to accessories and hairstyles in that they are
okay.
registered to your character by consuming a
Per
ticket,
weapon
just
category,
like
thank
other
you.
Avatar items. In the old PSO2, outerwear
I-
and cast parts were
Like,
treated
I have
as
different
items that
weapon
took up
camos
inventory
for
storage.
the three
This will
weapons
no
that I
longer
have for
be an
Hero.
issue.
It sucks
Next
that I can only
is
have
how
one
layered
weapon camo.
wares in PSO2 NGS.
Yep.
now
Although
have
I
items
would,
called
I'd
set
like to be able
wares.
to equip
Set wares will be on the same layer
on a per
as
weapon
base
basis, to
wear
be
on your
honest, because
character,
I'd like to carry
but
multiple
cannot
swords
be
around.
used with
Mhm.
outerwear. The
Well, they're
difference
per
with
weapon
outfits
category.
From the old PSO2 is that
Yeah, but
just
that would
like
apply onto
NGS
both swords
outerwear
then at
and
that point.
parts, these are also registration based through tickets. Now, regarding the weapons camos that changed your weapons
Yeah, we're on
look.
ship one.
In
Yep.
PSO2, You
That
were
is
unable
where
to
Time for
equip
War
multiple
is,
weapon
the
camos
Alliance I run.
at once,
Yep.
but starting with NGS, you can now equip weapon camos per weapon category. On to
Which,
the
of course,
next
we're always
slide,
looking for new
please.
members.
Always.
We informed previously that just like old PSO2, you can also set a subclass separate from the main class in PSO2 NGS as well. Let me point out some differences on the subclass this time around.
Skill points are
The
bound
biggest
to the
difference
account,
is
so I guess
the
that means
stats of the
it carries
subclass
over to
will no
all the
longer affect the main
characters.
class. Though
Also,
all weapons, PA, and
weapons
techniques
of the
available for
subclass can be
subclass
used.
will be usable.
That's
Also,
not the case in
some
the
class
in
skills, such as
PSO2.
those that
Yeah, you
impact
need an
your
all-class
usable
weapon to do
weapons
that.
will affect the main
Yeah.
class as well. Next, regarding skill points to learn class skills. In the old PSO2, you gained skill points whenever you leveled up. In NGS, however, completing cocoons and towers will award you with them. Obtained skill points can also be used on all classes. Since skill point acquisition is account-based,
Thanks for being a viewer,
you
Lee.
can use skill points on a new character immediately on the same account. As a new feature to item customization, you can now limit break weapons and armor.
That's
Low
going to be
rarity
extremely good
equipment
for
have low
leveling up
enhancement
alts.
caps, but by
Agreed.
utilizing limit breaks, you can increase this cap, making it possible to enhance them even further. Through this feature, you can upgrade.
And then we have
one-star
the battle
weapons
power
up
thing,
to
which
the
is similar
strength of a
to
four-star weapon.
like
For
item
example,
level.
which
in
means
other
you can
MMOs.
keep using the same weapon of your liking, or avoid the issue where you cannot advance any further due to not getting any rare weapons. Lastly, NGS has a status called Battle Power, which displays a strength of the character not apparent through just class levels. This takes into account player HP, attack, defense, skill points used, and augments and
Probably.
potentials on your weapons and armor equipped. Certain urgent
It looks
quests
like
may also
limit breaking
require
is
a
just like
certain
ring
amount
grinding.
of battle power.
Yep.
That's it on the rundown of information which was introduced.
Yep,
in
and
the
Battle
first
Power, as we
closed
said
beta
before,
test
is
in
like eye
Japan.
level in other MMOs.
Thank you so much. That was so much information. You don't have to have a powerful weapon. Instead, you can enhance your own weapon. Also, some missions require players to have a certain battle power to participate in. That means we can do missions with players who are at a similar battle power. That's really great.
Also, players can enjoy enhancing their own characters.
Yeah, I
as
remember
casting their eyes on
since
these
saying
missions.
that with
I
the battle
see.
power thing,
As a motivation
there
factor,
was
like,
the
I
urgent
reached a
quest that
certain
showed up,
battle power.
but
Now I
because
can
he was
participate
too
in this
low of a battle
mission.
power, he
So
couldn't
you're
do it.
doing okay so far?
I think
Yep,
I'm
but that was
starting to
interesting
get
what
it.
they just
Can't
said
wait
there,
to
because that
play it.
also gives the
Now,
implication that
Hiroshi-san,
they
we had
might
CBT
want
participants answer
to
and
do
send us some
content that
surveys. I
you would
heard
need
you'll be
to
going over those
down
results
level
today as
yourself in
well.
order to
That's right.
reach a
Show the
certain
slides,
battle
please.
power. So I'm curious how they would pull that off.
Here, we will be reporting on the results from the first closed beta test for NGS from late January. We had our domestic PSO2 users with accounts join us, and there were many who participated. Thank you all for your participation and in answering these surveys and talking in forums. We were able to collect many opinions, hopes, and bug reports. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, Lord
Here's
Samuel,
a
that
report
they could
on
do
the
that. They could
general
do like a
results
battle
overall.
power sync or something like that, like Final
First,
Fantasy 14.
It was deemed that change to the base design of the game is unnecessary and that we can continue
Thinking about
as
reducing
is.
equipment level.
However,
Yeah, probably.
some parts that require changes will
Or
be
sinking gear
fine-tuned
down.
and improved for the second CBT and release. We will touch on the details in the coming slides. Second, server load and data sharing did have issues such as login errors and character appearances changing on the first day immediately after opening. Even after fixes, the servers still saw several seconds of lag from time to time. We will see if these issues are alleviated with the second CBT when reevaluating.
Database lag
I
says
see.
to me
Some fine-tuning
shares
is
as is
necessary, but the test is a
PSO2
success
was.
then.
If anybody happens
Yes.
to remember
We were able
the
to
beta
collect
test
many
from
opinions and
PSO2 way
reactions
back
to
in the
the
day.
game. and we were able to catch major issues. So we'd say
I remember
the test
you
was
mentioned
very
that
successful.
they had to take out
And
a
of
lot
course,
of chairs because it was
although
causing
is a
issues.
test, it
Yep.
was great we were able to have users enjoy and accept the new type of experience of NGS.
I assume there are a lot of requests in the surveys?
That's right. We will be going over details and reports from the survey and how the development team has responded with their future plans. Since time is limited, we will only go over the main points orally. Now, please show the slides. The results for action-related elements are as follows. One point which stood out was that aiming at targets with close-range weapons was sometimes difficult. Cancel timing is slow, so it's hard to evade attacks. In the second CBT, we will reevaluate the system's priority when determining lock-on targets. We will also ease the window of cancel timing via guarding with a sword, so please check them again next time as well. There were also reports that enemy strength and the EXP provided was not balanced. We will be adjusting the HP and attack of necessary enemies and increase experience. We will adjust the amount of EXP gained correctly with
Oh yeah, we
the
went over
increase
this
in
last,
HP.
or
Yep.
last
You
week,
Yeah, we
should
went
be
actually.
over
able to
a lot of
gain
these points
EXP
with the
then
last
for
Dawns
the
ARKS.
strength of
And
the
yeah,
enemy.
Lord Samuel, I agree. I
By
had
release, we plan to
points where it's
readjust
just taken
cancel
me
timing
5
of
seconds
all
to finally
weapons
lock
other
onto a
than
specific
sword
part
as
I'm looking
well.
to attack.
Also, since the types of class skills were limited for the CBT, we will adjust the number of class skills usable for the subclass as well. Also, although the slide does not cover it, some wanted the game's speed to match that of PSO2, or that they wish for the dash and glide to be faster. We have a response from the dev team regarding this that I'll share now. Regarding PSO2 NGS game speed, we are aiming to fine-tune and balance it
They're not gonna be
so
changed.
that current players of PSO2 and newcomers to the series after NGS, or even returning players, can enjoy the game with ease. Which is why NGS game speed is slightly slower compared to that of PSO2, which increased in its speed since episode 1 to 6.
Oh, it definitely
However,
does.
we feel that new actions such as dash and glide have improved the
So
game
yeah, game
pace
speed's going to
overall,
be
adding a
slow
new
starting
feel
off and
of
then
action
slowly start
flow
to pick
on
up.
the game than
Yep,
that of
same
the
thing we
current
mentioned
PSO2.
last time. It's
Yep.
give it
Which is
time,
why we
players.
have determined that the
It'll
current
it'll
speed
it'll
is
speed up.
suitable for the
They
time
want
being
you to
upon
learn how the
release.
game works first.
These were the comments from the team.
You say everything as they are. Even these negative opinions and points of improvement being needed. But it shows that how serious you want this game to meet the satisfaction of every player without compromise. No wonder we can enjoy this game so much.
The objective feedback are very important, aren't they?
Right. There were also some opinions from other survey results that stated the game's action still felt a little hard. How did you two feel about the action elements of the CBT as a whole?
It was a really exhilarating experience. It felt so nice jumping into the air. I even said I did it out loud when I successfully delivered my attack. I really wanted to try many other things. Also, there were many places with great scenery in the game, so not only did I fight the enemy, but sometimes I took a walk and shot some photos. All in all, I enjoyed in so many aspects.
I had a chance to watch users from various classes in combat and action. I felt it was very light and their movements were very smooth.
You only experienced the hunter,
Uh,
but there are
I don't
some
know.
other classes, so I believe
I'm
you can
thinking
enjoy
either
much more with
gunner
that
or
as well.
fighter.
Thank you very much. On to the next slide,
I'm probably going to
please.
start out as a hunter techer.
Here are the results
course
regarding
you would.
graphics. Some standouts are that the character feels different from salon to the field, or I can't make the face I want with the new face types. Regarding this, the character creation and salon screens will be unified, and that 2 new face types are planned to be added in the second CBT. We would appreciate if you could try it out again and receive your feedback anew.
I
As
want to
for
change the
measures
color of
against
my
other
mouth and
feedback,
tongue.
such as reducing the darkness at night, reducing effects from other players, and reducing the screen shake effect, All of these are planned to be adjusted early after launch.
2 more face patterns will be added.
That's good news. It's unstoppable. I probably can stop doing character creation.
You can create the character with a spitting image of yourself now with this detailed configuration, don't you think?
I'm sure I can, but I'm afraid that I might feel depressed when I get attacked to the character
Oh, of
that
course.
resembled me too much.
You're right. You don't really want to see your mirror image being defeated or losing.
One of
Well,
the new
what can I
face
say? I do
presets is
have
similar to
that
of the shark
bold
face
swimwear.
from the older PSO2. This may make it easier to create an even more anime-like
Which, by the
character
way, one of
than
those
the
variants
first
is selling for
CBT.
like over 100 million right now on Ship
That's
1.
even better.
Oh, jeez.
Even more humanly, that is.
That's correct. How did you two feel about the graphics in the CBT?
I have too many things that I want to say, so I don't know where to start. It's unbelievably realistic. It was so realistic that I felt as if I was running in the field myself. As I heard earlier that it can swim in the ocean, so I really want to try that out myself.
気になったのでちょっと自分で後ほどチェックしてみたいなと思いました
And you like to create your character to be similar to your own self?
Yes, I try to create the character that resembles as closely to myself.
You don't want to create the mechanical girl character with twin pigtails like me?
I don't know why
I
people
think it's
do
also nice
that
to
when it
create the
comes to
character
character
far away
creation.
from your real self.
I more
Anyway,
so like
you can
creating a
configure all the
character
facial
that
parts and details,
just
like where you want to put the
looks
eyes or how
much
soft you want it
cooler
to be
than
looked
me.
and so on. Also, there are many different colors that you can choose from.
Right, I could choose its clothes, eyebrows, makeup.
Really, character creation is so enjoyable. The game with just that is good enough for me.
Thank you so much.
I think anyone can enjoy this game regardless of the gender.
Okay, on to the next slide. Here are survey results related to quests and the map. What stands out are not enough end grinders or
Oh yeah, I'll be
hard to
using my
spot
same
minerals,
character, just
and the
tweaked.
inventory fills up very fast, making it hard to organize. We received lots of this feedback. It is planned to adjust the overall balance of these things for the second CBT. We will also be implementing the material storage feature planned for launch, which should help reduce inventory space issues.
Ah, they're bringing
As
material
for
storage back.
matchmaking,
Yay!
we plan to increase information about the more complicated aspects of it by launch.
利用的に分かりにくい部分についてサービスインまでに設計を見直し対策をすると検討中ということです。
Seems hard to take into account all these opinions to fix game balances on online games, huh?
That's right. But it's great that we are able to make adjustments by receiving player feedback.
改善というふうにサービスインまで調整できますので非常に良いことだなと思います。
I assume players who participate know what they're talking about, so it sounds valuable.
意見ね重要ですよ。そうですね。はい。
Well, we're the ones that are,
On to the next
you know,
slide,
helping to
please.
fund the game to a degree.
Lastly, here are the results for UI and system-related aspects. Some key points here, such as Storehouse UI, is hard to understand. Task guides are not properly shown. The font is small and hard to see, and the level up notifications and the chat take up a lot of space. In the second CBT, we will adjust the UI for level up notifications.
I hope we
and
get the
fix issues
graphics
with
update
the
on
main
global
menu.
soon.
As for other issues,
Potentially,
we
it could be
plan to
coming in
make
2 weeks
adjustments
based on
from
what's
now
coming up
and towards
then.
launch.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So although some changes may not make it to launch, later updates may fix them.
That's correct. Being able to use feedback to keep improving the game is a wonderful thing about online games. The old PSO2 also became easier to play as updates happened, so the dev team hopes to do the same with NGS as well.
There is no stopping in the improvement for NGS. It's a great motto, don't you think?
I agree. So the more people play NGS, the better game it will be.
That's it for the survey results. Thank you to all participants of the first CBT. These results can also be viewed on the CBT website as well. So for those of you who are curious, please do go take a look. There are some feedback that we were unable to respond to this time, but we would like to carefully take in and look at it all together after the second CBT, prioritizing and planning certain fixes towards launch or even early post-launch. In that way, we hope to have as many users as possible enjoy the game. Those are the wishes of the development team as a whole. And that's it for the report.
Thank you very much. We hope that even more hopes and feedback of players are made reality. Development is tough, but having everyone help create a game together is great.
Also, I'm noticing they've got a lot of the older Phantasy Star books in the background there.
Now,
Yeah,
the
I like
second
that
CBT
touch.
is fast approaching tomorrow, March 19th, so can you share its details?
はいかしこまりましたでは
Understood. Let's go to the next slide.
Yeah.
Here are details
Yep,
on the
second
second
CVT
closed
coming
beta
up.
test.
I wish I'm part of it.
The
but
test will be
whatever.
conducted from Friday, March 19th to Sunday, March 21st for 3 days, and users can play continuously from Saturday on to Sunday. We will have an even larger number of players join the second
Yeah,
time,
it was an email
and
thing.
we'll
I didn't
test
get the
overall
email,
game
sadly. Neither
system
did Bright.
and high priority
Yeah.
bugs discovered
For
in
the
first
global
test.
one, we don't have any details on
Now,
that yet, except
here
that
are
it is
details
happening.
regarding the revisions to guidelines on use of copyrighted content in streams and videos.
作物利用ガイドラインについて改定いたします今回よりですね YouTube や
Starting with this test, it will be possible to use monetization functions video sharing services.
ぜひ実況動画などでですねテストの模様を配信していただければと思いますさらに
We have invited streamers overseas to join us as well.
方をご招待させていただきご参加いただく予定ですはい次の
Next slide, please.
Okay.
The following
Wait,
are
really?
the participation rewards for the
Why
second
wasn't
test.
I contacted?
We will have 2 new campaigns for the second test. For those who reach battle power 1100 or more during the test period will receive 100 SG. And if you utilize the material storage, you will receive 50 SG at a later date. We will also continue the campaign from the first test. Those who had already completed the requirements in the first test can also complete them in the second test to receive the reward a total of 2 times. So please do participate.
It's finally tomorrow. How exciting!
Yes, as I reported earlier in the results, there are parts that were improved from the first CBT, so we would appreciate if participants of the first test joined in again.
You went through all that for us very quickly.
PSO
But
God,
you
no,
have
it's
other
too
stuff
late to sign up
announce,
for the
right?
second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, of course. Although the
But again,
CBT
we don't
won't
know.
include these,
We don't have any
we have
details
brand
yet
new
about
information on
the
weapon
global one
categories
yet.
that will be present at launch. So allow
It's
me
gonna
to
happen.
introduce
They
them.
did say
Really
that
looking
earlier.
forward to it.
Now then, please view this footage.
All right, they're bringing in
The
the other
hunter
weapons now.
The partisan
Nice.
is a Naginata-like weapon.
I think I just saw Zenith throw there.
Learning the class skill
Here's
Volgraptor
Volgraptor.
allows you to hold down the button and unleash spears of photon which accumulate damage. These photon spears explode either by waiting some time or by inflicting a set amount of damage. Another weapon for hunters, Wired Lance, has the largest area of normal attack for hunter weapons. This weapon, like the assault rifle, will inflict more damage by attacking at the correct range, which makes it unique.
Oh, I love the new animations for Wild Lance there.
They
By using
are
the weapon
nice, but they
action
look
wired
a
anchor,
little
you can
crazy
close
there.
in on
Just
enemies.
flipping over
So it
like
may
that
be
and not
interesting
accidentally
to see
hitting your
how you
head.
can combine this with other weapons via multi-weapons. The ranger weapon, launchers, take a bit to
Launchers.
unleash an attack, but can dish out wide-ranged and powerful explosions, making it a unique weapon. Since you can use your normal attacks while on the move, you can
Oh, they made that a
mitigate the
launcher
time it
attack now?
takes to
Yeah,
attack
and then
in
there's,
combat
there's
by
one
playing
point.
correctly.
Hmm.
Using the weapon action, Sticky Bomb will attach a bomb that will detonate in a set amount of time at the enemy. Although the explosion doesn't do much damage, it's useful for restoring PP. Mix them up with photon arts to combat enemies effectively.
So it sounds like Launcher
The fighter
gained some of the
weapon,
traps.
Twin daggers are a close-range weapon with high mobility mid-air. High mobility combat is possible with this weapon, and learning a certain class skill will allow you to attack propelling forward after normal attacking at a specific timing after a PA. This allows you to readjust positioning during a fight. The weapon action dagger spin allows you to guard and move in emergencies. Another fighter weapon, the double saber, can hit multiple times in a short span. Using a PA will activate a whirlwind, which strengthens as you hit enemies. The weapon action
sounding very
saber
similar to
parry
PSO2.
works like the wand parry and is useful for blocking enemy attacks. Class skills such as Deadly Archer will allow you to unleash the Deadly Archer attack by holding down the weapon action button once the whirlwind state is at its second strength. The Talus for forces and tectors unleash techniques like the rod and wand can, but spreading the Talus to your surrounding will allow you to use a technique with effects differently than usual. The way the Talus works changes depending on the PA, so choosing the right PA for the situation allows for effective combat.
So does this
Learning
mean the
class
cast
skill
is no
Talus Moon
longer...
Revoke and holding
it
down
might
the
still be
weapon
like that.
action allows the Talus to be retrieved quickly.
Oh, that's something that the game sorely needed.
The weapon
A way to
action
actually
of the Talus
retrieve the
allows
Talus.
you to place Taluses without the use of a PA and can recover PP without having to perform normal attacks. Let's look at some slides for a summary. We introduced the Partisan and Wired Lance for hunters, Launcher for rangers, and Twin Dagger and Double Saber for fighters, and Talus for forces and tectors for a total of 6 types of weapon categories. The
Makes
closed
you
beta
wonder how
test
much
had
longer until they're
limited
gonna start
types of
talking about
weapons
things like
each
Braver
class can use. But we feel
and
that
Bouncer.
once these weapons are made available, it will expand the combat possibilities. The subclass
That being
and
if they're even gonna be
multi-weapons
in.
should also increase the scope of usable weapons, so it may be fun to find your own combat style you enjoy the most. Are there any weapons you particularly took an interest to?
I like the Partisan the best. I'm used to combating with it because I've been using it since PSU. Its actions are really cool too.
This is a well-known weapon too.
Yes, how about you, Habumi?
I'm the launcher. The reason for that is, imagine, I'm setting up my launcher in a distant shade while everyone else is in the combat. When they're in the peril, I shoot down the enemy with my launcher, then everyone would start saying, "Who was the hero just now?" And I'll say, "It's me, Habu-chan."
Like you appear out of the smoke or something? Did you make up that story yourself? That's the kind of hero you want to be?
It's really cool, isn't it?
Well, just don't shoot your friendlies.
Of course I won.
That's it for all the information for NGS today. Since this is still only the second CBT, perhaps there wasn't as much new information, but next time, it'd be great if we could reveal more about what everyone wants to hear, such as the story, the characters, and more character creation features. Please look forward to it.
Thank you so much, Hiro-san. Please stay with us for the next section of this program. Ow,
That'll be
let's go
nice
on
to
the
see
next section.
what they're going to
Habumi,
be
please.
talking about for the story in the future.
The next section is PSO2 NGS message box. In this section, we would like to introduce you some of the cheering messages that we received from the users. We asked the users for their comments with hashtag PSO2 NGS cheering messages in the last time and received so many cheering messages.
Thank you, everyone, for posting your comments. The cheering messages from the users really mean a lot to us.
That's right. It's very encouraging for these very busy development members. We also received many delightful messages from the participants of the first closed beta test.
All right, well, let's introduce some of the messages that we picked up. Habami, please.
First one is from Maximum Zoku no Tebasaki-san. I enjoyed playing this game throughout these 3 days. I felt like a new wind blowing in, yet it still carried the fundamentals of PSO2. Especially keeping the existing system intact, such as the combat system and the PSC. Many new systems like the Photon Glide were introduced to the game as well. I felt a strong, uncompromising attitude toward making of this game in the development team. I'm really looking forward to official release of this game.
What a great comment. It sounds like the user's been playing for a while.
The name sounds so strong, doesn't it? Maximum Zoku no Tebasaki-san.
Find that in the username? I wonder.
It's from Kobayashiki. I felt the confidence of the development team when it was brought out to the world. I couldn't have enough of this game even though I played it through from the beginning till the end yesterday. It's even harder now that I have to wait a little longer for the official release. My friend who has never played PSO2 before said, the game footage looked a lot of fun, so I strongly recommend he participate in the CBT that starts tomorrow.
Once you get to participate in the CBT, you'll want to play it non-stop.
The chance to play is only for 3 days.
It's fun to just watch the movie clip, so imagine how fun it would be for actually playing the game. The next one is from Neriru. I'm so glad that you realized my dream of what I want to do and how I want to do it. In the character creation and the action scenes, I have high hopes for a new era of the PSO2 that ARKS and Sega are taking aim at.
Well, I guess the demands of the users are reflected properly in the game, right?
I think so. The new actions that are not included in the current PSO2, like the glide and dash, are meeting the demands of the users, I believe.
Just a slight addition of elements to the game is enough to get me excited.
Yeah, I really want to read it myself, but it's written in English, so I'm ask Hiro-san instead.
Sure. We have
got an
here
English
a
comment.
cheering message in English, and I would like to read it. From IceWolf762.
Everything I have seen so far for PSO2 and NGS is really fantastic. The team are doing a brilliant job, and I can't wait for it to be released. ということで、
もう読み終わったんです。
I see. It means I'm having a house party at my house and you're invited.
That's correct. No, just kidding. Actually, it said, everything I've seen so far for hashtag PSO2 NGS is really fantastic. The team are doing a brilliant job, and I can't wait for it to be released.
リリースが待てないですと。
Okay, I see.
Getting such cheering message even from overseas make me feel that this game is indeed deeply loved by many players around the world. Next one is from Mia.
Nice to see them acknowledge that
Thank
there
you for
were
the
some
beta
global
test.
players
NGS
that
is
are enjoying what's
amazing.
coming
My
through.
brother and I have been playing the PSO series for a long time, and we really love its view of the world. The vast and beautiful field and combating unknown life forms from outer space. The weapon and actions are so cool. I can't wait for its official release. I support you guys 100%.
Well, there are siblings who play the game together. I like to play the game following its story as well. The story's well constructed, and it's always exciting to see how it turns out.
The next one is from Tuka P.
Oh, Tuka.
Another 10
They
years
did a
looking
lot
into
of
the
the
30th
30th music.
anniversary of the PSO series. I always look forward to fun adventures as well as character creation. I think Sega is 10 years ahead of anybody else in the field. It's incredible to see this genuine made-in-Japan game achieving such high level. I have a high hope for the PSO2 NGS to be a really fun game so that I can tell everyone that with conviction.
That's a wonderful message. So encouraging, isn't it?
They didn't actually
Yes,
do
I
the
can't
music.
thank them
They
enough.
put some
Please let us
some of the
hear your
music
voice.
online here
let
on
us know your
YouTube.
thoughts and comments on the NGS by posting messages with hashtag PSO2
Actually, it's kind of similar to what I've been doing with the new Genesis music,
in the program.
which there's going to be more of that coming in the future. There were some errors with
campaign.
some of what came out originally, and we found a fix for that. So
Do you know
look forward to it.
PSO2 NGS? This is a campaign to educate people who don't know about the major update information to the PSO2 NGS, with the help of the users of the PSO2 series.
That's nice. Basically, we'd like to ask the users of the PSO2 series to let others know how fun it is to play the PSO2 NGS. So specifically, how are they going to do that?
This time they would like to have the users make an acrostic poem with NGS expressing the aspect that you like or good points about the PSO2 NGS.
Okay, the users also need to do this then.
That's right.
Prior to this program, we've made our own acrostic poem with NGS. Was it difficult for you? How was it? Tell me.
Yes, it was, especially the G part. It took me about 10 minutes to come up with a word status with G.
Right, but in Japanese it's gagi gugego, so very difficult. I had some difficulty myself. One more thing, Hiro Arai-san has agreed to do this as well. I can see all the fans of Hiro Arai are bursting with joy right now, getting ready to take some screenshots and all. Okay, let's start off with you, Habumi.
Okay, I'll go first.
Now, are you ready? N of NGS.
Oh my word.
I have a hunch that something's going to happen. Next is G of NGS.
Great.
All right, S of NGS.
Special view of the world.
That's nice. It seems that your acrostic poem can be used in many other situations.
I really had a lot of things I wanted to write, but simply put, this was it. Great and special.
It turned a little childish, didn't it?
But I really think I did a great job, especially on the end part. Oh my word. It sounds really me.
Yeah, oh my word, it sounds like you. Why is that? Use this word often?
Well, just that I thought not very many people would come up with a word.
I see. Well, hardly anyone starts off their conversation with that word.
I'll look forward to the
But your
PSO guide,
surprise is
because there were even
understandable.
some
I mean, the
tracks
graphics were
that,
beautiful beyond words.
as far as I'm aware,
Now, could
were
you please
not
show
featured
me
on any
yours, Hiro-san?
streams,
Yes,
but are
sure.
in the data. So
made one
I'll
for
get
the
those out
global
as soon as I
users.
hear an example of it, so I can confirm that
For the global
you know,
users.
I can actually release
Sounds
it.
like it's possibly made in English.
There's
Very likely.
a particular boss
All right, let's
theme
hear
that's
it.
kind of
N
funky,
NGS.
actually.
Nice game.
Nice game. Sounds close to oh my word. Now G of NGS is?
Good game.
Good game. And finally, S of NGS is?
Super game.
Super game.
Kind of the same last word there, but okay.
It's simple and anyone can get this message.
You think so? Doesn't it sound a bit childish? Is it okay?
I think it's good.
I feel somewhat familiar with her.
I can see that familiarity too. About the same vocabulary level, right?
Then show us your Iwai-san.
Sure thing. I made one in regard to the contents of NGS, like things that some players end up doing.
Okay, let's start. N of NGS.
Looks unclimbable.
G of NGS.
The cliff.
S of NGS.
I spent so much time trying to climb up the cliff, but I failed. It happens sometimes, doesn't it? When I played this game, I tried to climb up a cliff for about 30 minutes, but I failed as a result. It was really fun for me, just to see how far up I can climb.
I was like, is that climbable to begin with?
Right. I tried to find tiny cracks on that vertical cliff so I could climb up using that.
Right. You kept trying and trying.
I just enjoy searching for those tiny spots. I recommend everyone to try it once it's released.
I agree, it's a good challenge.
It's a lot of fun. I'm sure I can fully enjoy the game with just that, searching for that tiny spots to climb up the cliff.
I have seen many tweets saying that they've tried the same thing.
Is that so? Maybe it's our nature to go higher and higher. The field is so vast that it's a lot of fun just searching for such places. I would like everyone to make your own acrostic poem like we showed today.
Yes, we would like you to
Find it
make an
funny
acrostic
how
poem with
two of them are
NGS
Japanese
expressing
while the other one
aspects
is
that you like
all in
or
English.
good points
I
about
know.
the PSO2 NGS.
Nice game, good
Please
game,
post it along
super
with
game.
hashtag
Yeah,
PSO2
I'm working on
acrostic
one
poem.
right now myself here.
All right, I should make one myself as well.
It would be nice to see this trending.
It sure
Acrostic
is.
poem.
Please post them
Oh
one
yeah,
after
that-
another.
so we have to do that with that.
We're looking
hashtag,
forward to
alright.
your posts.
Thank you in advance. Well, thank you, Hiro-san, for providing us with various informations. Lastly, would you give us a message to the viewers?
The second CBT will be held starting tomorrow. I am really excited because PSO2 NGS is going to be played by many more users. Our staff members will be ready to respond during the CBT so that everyone can enjoy it. If there is any trouble, please contact our support. We also send out the NGS information on the official community Twitter account, rappy.commu. It is our aim to make this place where every player can gather around and see the posts that one may find interesting. So let's achieve this together, and please follow us. You can count on this unrelentingly improving PSO2 NGS. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're really close to the end of the program. Habumi, you've forgotten about the mission that we gave to you at the beginning of the program, haven't you?
Of course I remember.
Did you make one?
Yes, I did.
You don't forget?
I never forget about what I was told.
Habumi was asked to come up with an original signature
forget
pose that
about
the
what I was
viewers of
told.
the program would want to copy. If the signature pose is a good one, we're going to do that pose when we call the title of this program in the beginning from now on. The signature pose that was created by the last assistant, Nibu-chan of Hinatazaka 46, was this one. What do you think?
Cat ears? Is it kawaii, isn't it? I thought really kawaii when I was watching this.
That's good.
Yes.
But knowing that Habumi's created her original signature pose, please know that it's my intention that I want to choose and accept your pose preferentially.
No. Please choose both.
Well, anyway, I want a better signature pose than the last one.
I got you. I will show you a cool signature pose.
I can hardly wait.
Now I'm nervous.
Demonstrate it toward the camera over that way. Now the moment of truth.
PSO2NGS.
That one's
Wow.
That wasn't a pose. That was multiple poses.
yeah.
Again?
That's going to have to be a pose that you can then
Oh.
click multiple times to get into each portion of it.
GS.
Feels a bit dated, doesn't it? Yeah, it's got an 80s feel to it.
I thought everyone would accept this pose to copy.
Yeah, it's a cute pose, though.
Not good enough?
Well, like I said earlier, I'm in favor of Habumi, but give me a moment to evaluate. Now it's time to announce the decision. The decision is... Pending! Pending! It just lacked of a decisive factor.
Really? I thought very hard to come up with this.
Well, I really want to accept your pose, if it were all up to me.
You're really mean, Iwai-san.
It's not me, it was the staff members out there that they tacitly forced me to say pending. Blame them! I'm ready to accept your pose even if it's terrible, but unfortunately the decision was pending, so please challenge it again next time. Good. Lastly, we have an announcement for the next program. Habumi, please.
The next program will be the third of the Prologue series. We will air it as PSO2 New Genesis Prologue 3. The next program will be also full of must-see information regarding to PSO2 NGS, so please look forward to it.
ぜひ皆さんご覧ください。
All right, so what's the date?
I enjoyed this program. How was this
I
Prologue 2
want
for
to
you?
know the date.
Hiro-san's explanation was really informative and it made me want to play the game so bad. It seems to be a lot of fun to play with my members, and I have so many things that I want to try.
You can play with other people without leaving your house.
That's right.
It would be so much fun to play with your friends. In this program, we continue to provide NGS information as clearly and enjoyably as possible.
I will keep learning more about NGS so that I can share a lot of fun points about the NGS with everyone else. Lastly, please like and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, please do. Would you come to the program again?
Of course.
Suddenly an of course pose? It came out at last! Thank you so much. Please come again, especially now that you said of course. And don't forget to bring another version of your signature pose.
Okay, thank you.
That's all we have for today's program. Thank you for watching. Please look forward to the next one. Goodbye!
Oh, that's it. Alrighty.
It looks like it, yep. Alrighty. So in that case, we're going to take us back to the main scene here. Alrighty. And, let me go ahead and stop that. Alright, cool. Yeah, so we definitely got some information in here. And I did kind of put something together. I don't know if this is cheating or not here, but, what I've got is, N, new game bridging. G, generations of gamers. For the old and new players of Fantasy, and then S, star.
What I decided to put, which was just, I guess, kind of dumb. I put on new experience, great open world, swimming.
Okay, yeah, that works too. Swimming is
And
definitely...
I'm the first person to use the hashtag on Twitter. Let's go!
All right. Yeah, I missed writing that down, so I gotta find out what that is again.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that was a bit underwhelming for the most part. We did get to see new stuff, so that's good. Global beta test is going to be announced soon. I'm posting in the chat the Twitter for Play PSO2.
Okay.
All it says is the PSO2 NGS closed beta test is coming to global. Thank you to all players who've been expressing their excitement. Stay tuned to this page for more information soon.
Yeah,
And that's it. And that is just a photo saying global closed beta test.
All right. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, since this was the second closed beta test, I wasn't expecting there to be, you know, like a ton new. I wasn't. It might have been nice if they had shown off a second area, but at the same time, if I remember correctly, back during the first and second alphas for PSO2, they both only had access to the forest and volcanic caverns. So yeah, they didn't introduce a new area until like they went into closed beta testing, which is when they brought out the desert area, if I remember correctly, or maybe that was open beta. So yeah, not too much new information, but nice to see that they are implementing the other weapons that are known for all the classes that are currently available. As I said before, we'll see if they bring the other classes in, that being Braver, Bouncer, and Summoner at some point.
Yeah, Summoner win.
It's gonna be interesting if they do bring them in or not. Because I think there might be an opportunity for them to change up how some of those summoned pets work. Although we'll have to see if we're gonna have anybody as crazy as Pietro again.
I would love that. He's personally one of my favorite characters that was added in episode 4.
Yeah. No doubt about that. Alright, let's see. So...
Other
Go
than that, we got some new updates on the global side.
Yes, we did, and I am bringing those up right now here. Give me just a moment.
All right.
And I hope that this connects up to the right window. Otherwise, you'll be seeing the stream here. Let's see. Here we go. And no, it locked onto the wrong one. All right. Close that. There we go. And let me resize. There we go. All right.
Alrighty.
So yeah, for PSO2 on the global side, we did have a scheduled maintenance, as well as a bunch of new stuff. Why don't you go ahead and start us off with this here, Zams?
Okay, so we got a lot of stuff. We got the final MPA, or like the final urgent MPA, Force of the Abyss, which is the final boss. We got new Zig items, which is the Agile series weapons, and the upgrade to the Cloth series weapons. We got new AC Scratch of Spring Festival, new Fresh Find Shop recommended items, and a bunch of campaigns. Happy 1 year anniversary of Global, everyone! We finally got to all the content. Asterix.
And yeah, asterisks on that one. We didn't get quite everything.
Not quite everything, but kind of everything. But we finally got there. It took us a year of like content after content after content after content after content to finally get to this point.
Yep.
So yeah, if you log in between the 17th and the of March and the 13th of April, you'll get a rainbow key, 10 augment transfer passes, 5 Triboost 150, and 5 EX Triboost 150. Other campaigns we got going. We got the free casino coin passes. This is the same as every other casino coin pass thing. 1 year anniversary urgent quest extravaganza. Complete 3 urgent quests to get 2 Triboost 100, 2 EXP 50, and 50 Rising Weapon Badge 5. 6 of them will give you an additional Triboost 150, 50 more Rising Weapon Badges 5, and 100 Divide Medals. And then completing 9 urgent quests will give you 200 Star Gems, another Rainbow Key, and 100 Rising Weapon Badge 5.
Yep. Definitely make sure you run those rainbow keys because those give you augment transfer passes.
Mm-hmm. And until the end of March, we got a EXP and rare drop rate boost of 300% for all quests. Along that, we also got Face of the Abyss trigger giveaway, which is the final boss. Just log in between the 17th and 16th and you'll get that trigger. We got a welcome back campaign for all members belonging to an alliance with a newly registered player, or at the beginning of the maintenance on March 4th, 13th. All members belonging to an alliance with a newly registered player will receive a Tokyo bonus key rainbow, 5 Triboost 150, 3 EX Triboost 150, a Rappy Suit King, and the weapon camo shift building. And all members belonging to an alliance with a returning player will get a bonus key rainbow, Triboost 150, EX, same things, but with the Rappy Suit Queen and the weapon camo Judge of History.
Yep. So, I think there are some players in the alliance that haven't logged in for some time, but it's going to be kind of up to luck if any of them actually do.
True. And plus, it shouldn't be too hard to get a new player into the alliance.
True.
I could just make another account and then just log on to there. There we go. I'll actually boot up my Xbox for the first time in a long time.
That would work.
We got first anniversary Share Your Look giveaway. See the article for details on that, which we will. We got first anniversary free SG scratch ticket slip, and receive a special present from completing recommended quest 7 times, and you'll receive a Versus Annihilation ticket, which just allows you to get any item from that SG scratch, like any item of your choosing.
Yep, that is really nice. Although they didn't do that for the Omega one.
Yeah, they didn't. We got some fixed issues here. The installation and update method for the Windows 10 version has changed. Please uninstall the game before this maintenance and reinstall the game after it has completed. Your old files will remain and possibly overwhelm your storage space if the game is not uninstalled. Huh.
Yeah, that's a big ask, asking players to uninstall and re-download, 70, 80 gigabytes of data?
Yeah. Well, don't worry, the tweaker will fix everything. If you use the tweaker, you don't have to uninstall. You just have to use the tweaker.
Yep. Yeah, and even updates for like the Steam version recently started coming through on Steam itself.
Yeah, and I much prefer that, honestly. Yeah, specifically for Windows Store, but again, tweaker will fix that issue, so you don't have to uninstall and then reinstall. Anyway, following corrections have been made to in-game text. The English description of the Shiva Glare augment has been corrected to include a ranged increase effect instead of the original text, which listed as a melee increase effect. And the name of some items that were present in previous Phantasy Star series games have been corrected. Mag chat is now Sato. Thank you. Like I don't know why they had it set to Sato, but then they changed it to chat. And now they finally changed it back to Sato. Like, I always remembered it as Sato. I have a Sato mag in Affinia.
Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense why they did that.
Yeah. Mag RR Rico is now Red Ring Rico. Again, it's just taking out the abbreviation of Red Ring Rico. The Whittle series is now the Whittle series. Giant Slicer is now Huge Cutter. Bow Hamamatari is now Hanmatari. Double Saber Meteor Staff is now Meteor Cudgel. Okay, I will take the Meteor Cudgel there because it's one of my favorite weapons in the original PSO. And additional text has been corrected as well.
Alrighty. And with that, let's go ahead and talk about the new urgent quest here. So, the Face of the Abyss. So, the time has come to stare into the face of the abyss. Let the love and aspirations of those you care about empower you with light, that we might chase this darkness back from whence it came. This fight will take agility, strength, and determination, qualities that we know our operatives possess in abundance. ARKS HQ recommends the hunter skill Iron Will, if possible, or the S4 Steely Determination, as this is to be a no-holds-barred fight for survival. Equip
That's
yourselves
weird
as
that
though...
they recommend those kind of things.
I agree. It doesn't make any sense, because there are points where those are not going to help you.
Nope.
Let's see here. This quest is available on Ultra Hard, though only to veteran ARKs who have achieved level 85 on both a main and subclass. Frankly, I think 90 would have been more appropriate for this.
Yeah. 90 would have been far more appropriate.
Let's see. You will have failed this quest should you become incapacitated. Your party members all become incapacitated, or your time limit of 60 minutes expire. There is no going back to the gateway ship, so ensure you have adequate supplies of moon atomizers and mate items before disembarking. The moon atomizers used during this urgent quest will have an increased range of efficacy in case team members become separated. Naturally, you should not rely on these items, as an increased number of incapacitations will result in a lower quest rank should you succeed. Similarly, if there are operatives who are incapacitated at the time of quest completion, the quest rank will be affected. So basically, don't die.
Yep, pretty much. Just don't die, forehead. Dodge. Insert clip from DBZ Abridged.
I guess so, yeah. To the victor! So you're going to get several weapons from the Purist series, as well as the Nike Ignore jet boots, which I don't think they're doing a brand deal there.
Yeah, I don't think so.
There's also the Coated Sabre.
Might be
katana weapon.
like named after the god of Nike, like the god Nike, I think.
I don't know. To be honest, I've never heard of that god before.
Yeah, the Greek god, the goddess of victory. The Greek goddess.
Huh. Let's see. You can also get some of the Klausnum, or rather the Klaus unit drops. I got myself a leg unit just after I had purchased a leg unit, so ouch.
Damn.
Let's see here. So, for the Purist series, we've talked about that before. The Agile series, Fated Reincarnation Level 3 increases potency by 12%, reduces photon point consumption, recovers 20 photon points every 10 seconds. And then you got the Nike Weapon series, 2 sides of a coin Level 3, 6% potency increase, and additionally for a limited time while the weapon is sheathed, when attacking, effect will vanish once time is up. I'm not sure what they're actually trying to say here that gets added when it's sheathed, though. For your augments, you've got the Origin Glare, so you're finally able to put together the Photoner Glare, and from there build up everything that you need to put together the Guardian Soul.
Woo!
Which I am waiting 2 weeks for the augment boost week to do that.
Yeah,
but
I need to get my I need to get my better weapons here. I've been slacking on PSO2. I've mentioned that already before because I am in that weight of I really want to play NGS. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but inspired by Phantasy Star, I decided to do my own rare run on the Affinia private server for PSO Blue Burst.
Yep. How is that going?
I am up to 12 rares now.
Nice.
Yep. I'm at level 51 right now, I think.
Nice.
So I'm making some decent progress, but there are some rares that I'm trying to hunt for, and yeah, it's a bit disappointing when you're trying to hunt for one and it just never drops, and then you get repeats of ones that you already have.
Yep. Yeah, Phantasy Starved is a Twitch streamer that we're hoping to have an interview with in the coming future here, so look forward to it.
Yep. Yeah, he's been doing 2 different completionist runs. One on Orun, which is solo, and another with Whittle, which he does online cooperative.
Yep. Going back to the augments here, you've also got the Shiva Glare as well as the Add S6 or S7 rather targeted aggression. That one increases potency by 1% and reduces damage taken by 15% against enemies targeting you. So does that mean if you're not being targeted and you just happen to get in the way, you're not getting the reduction?
Like, and what does it mean by enemies that are specifically targeting you?
Yeah, do you need to have like the aggro marker for that to go into effect?
Maybe?
It's not really clear what they mean by that here, unfortunately. But that's those are the rewards that come from the urgent quest. We of course have some other stuff here including the global anniversary event. So, once again, Xanchu went through a good portion of this here. But yeah, you get the Tokyo Rainbow Key, 10 augment transfer passes, plus the Tri-Boost and the X Tri-Boost just for logging in. You get the boosted quests, so you got an extra 300% experience earned and 300% rare drop rate over the next 2 weeks. Urgent quests are going to get you a bunch of other rewards here, as Zance already mentioned. And then there's going to be a follow-up in 2 weeks, which is going to have you complete 12 urgent quests in total here. For doing 3 of those, you're going to get 2 Tri-Boost plus 100%, 2 EX experience earned plus 50%, 50 Rising Weapon Badges 5. For doing 6 urgent quests, you're going to get an EX rare drop rate plus 100%. 5 of those you're going to get 30 ultimate boosters, and you're going to get 50 of the Rising Weapon Badge 5s. For completing 9 urgent quests, you get 2 100 Star Gem tickets, 4 1 million experience tickets, and 100 Rising Weapon Badge 5s. And lastly, for doing 12 urgent quests, you get a Tokyo Bonus Key Rainbow, an EX Tri-Boost plus 150%, Augment Transfer Pass times 20, and 100 Rising Weapon Badge 5s.
I like how they're just adding giving the Rising Weapon Badges now like candy, compared to before when they were a bit tough to get early on.
Well, we're basically at endgame content at this point here, so it makes sense for them to just send them out. I'm curious when they're going to add the trigger for the new urgent quest into being able to be purchased with those Rising Weapon Badge 5s.
Eventually, probably when NGS is going to be coming out soon. That's when they'll add it.
Probably. And if I remember correctly, I don't recall there ever being a trigger version on the Japanese servers for this quest either.
Huh.
So maybe I'm just remembering that. There is the Welcome Back ARKS campaign, which you already talked about. The 2 Rappy costumes. Here's the Rappy Suit Queen and the Rappy Suit King. And here are the weapon camos. Judge of History. Kind of looks like a clock there.
Yeah, I think it might be a bow camo. A little bit.
Maybe. And then the Shrift Building.
Which is a gun.
Yeah.
It's just a gun.
And then also the free Star Gem Scratch ticket slip, which, you just log in and you get it.
Well, you don't just log in. You need to complete 7 recommended quests. So
you're right.
So just do 2 days worth of recommended quests and you'll get it.
Yep. All right, moving on from there. Once again, going over some of the campaigns here. Let's see if there are any other campaigns here. You went over the casino passes.
The quest burger.
Yep. This is a big one here. They kind of revealed this a little bit early here. So, mop-up Operation Endless Nightmare. So, starting
I find this funny because on Affinia right now, their Hunter Boost Road is mop-up Operation.
Yeah, Mop-Up and Endless Nightmare are 2 different quest series from the original Phantasy Star Online. And we have some Phantasy Star Online characters here, Ash and Karik. So in 2 weeks, we're going to be seeing them on the global PSO2 servers, which also, they don't say anything about it here, but when this released, we also got the graphical update on the Japanese servers. So we will see if that's coming in 2 weeks or not. Honestly, with the bugs that have popped up with the release of that, it might not.
We'll see. It probably will come out, especially after they clean up all the bugs that have happened.
Yep. Oh, Rooks, yeah, there's definitely some lore in that, apparently they are from the, they show up from the discarded timeline, that apparently still exists after, Rico was saved, when you save her during Phantasy Star Portable to Infinity. So, apparently that timeline continues on, even though it's been wiped, from the main canon. Let's see here. So you're going to get some award boosts once you complete the mission. Mop Up Op Endless Nightmare, as well as its trigger version. That is going to affect, of course, those missions, plus the Face of the Abyss in its trigger, the Malevolent Void in its trigger, Swirling Inferno on the Ark ship, which is a shame that we got that name instead of Ark Ship Fire Swirl.
Yeah.
Hopefully the global team can correct that, please.
Archship Fire Swirl just sounds so much better. It rolls off the tongue really well.
Yep. Plus, that's what it was originally called, Central Dome Fire Swirl, on the original PSO.
Yep.
So, yeah, let's get that fixed, please.
And yes, if you're wondering, it is a Burning Rangers reference. Like the whole quest is a Burning Rangers reference.
That it is. There's also going to be
Just make a
Armada.
modern version of Burning Rangers already. Come on. Or make it possible to play the original Saturn game on PC.
Yep, anything. Although you know, we keep seeing these game revivals here.
Yeah. A revival of Burning Rangers would be amazing.
Yep. We are getting sort of a spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio soon, actually, called Bomb Rush Cyberfunk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember Hideki Naganuma is actually doing the music for that.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Maybe they'll bring back Professor DJK?
Maybe, I hope. Or something like him.
Yep. Let's see. It's also going to affect Armada Training Final Lament and its trigger, Wild Easter and its trigger, so we've got that one coming up as well.
Woohoo!
Drawn to Darkness and its trigger, and Cradle of Darkness and its trigger. Cradle of Darkness being where you want to go to farm your unique badges, of course. Even though it's older content, you get a ton of those badges in there.
Yeah, what are unique badges useful for right now?
I think you can get some of the what was it? I'm trying to remember now, but they've kept the unique badges relevant by dropping the prior tier down in cost and then putting new ones in there. I just can't remember what's available off the top of my head currently. But it's either 14 or 15 star weapons from those.
Oh.
So for this boost, you can get that boost going for up to 200%. So it's probably going to be at the typical 20% increase after each one. And then there is also some other rewards for completing Mop Up Op Endless Nightmare 3 times. You get yourself 2 Chronos Eterna Stones. For completing it 6 times, you get 2 of the Founder's Amphitype. For completing it 9 times, you get 2 Key Rivelates. And lastly, for completing it 12 times, you get the Power Stone Greh, which you need to put together your Klaus weapon.
Yeah, just giving them out like candy.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we're going to end up with the, like, have you looked at the current badge shop on JP? With the 2021 badges?
Yeah, it's a combination of, like, high-end stuff like the Power Stone Greh. It's got a bunch of camos. It's got some emotes that have been around for a while, but you can pick them up again. So it's got a variety of stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, let's see, there is also a recommended quest in experience increase coming starting the 31st. So they already supply a 200% experience boost, and they're going to add an extra 250% Although I will note, with the current 300% increase, this is currently at 500% on global.
Yep.
So you're actually going to be losing 50% of that come in 2 weeks. So yeah, get to leveling now. And then
If you haven't finished your leveling yet.
Yep. Of course, after you run your bonus keys.
Yep.
And then this is the big one. This is the one we've been waiting for. The big enhancement campaign that is going to probably never come back again after this. So make sure you are ready for it. This is the Zero Messetic Cost Enhancement and Boost campaign. So, zero Messetic cost for item enhancements, including weapons, units, and skill rings. Zero cost for affix augments. Zero cost for transfer augments. Zero cost for transfer S-grade augments. Now keep in mind, you're still going to need your transfer passes. This just costs zero Meseta. Also, to switch weapon potentials and compressed suites, those are going to cost you zero Meseta. And then we have the biggest enhancement boost we have seen. We've got the 20% enhancement aid, and the really big one here, the 20% augmentation aid.
Yes, that is the really big one.
Yeah.
And combine
Anything
that with a with I believe the 60% enhancement boost.
Yep.
Pretty much your augments are going to transfer.
Yeah. This is the big one. This is the one where you want to get all your gear up to 8 slots. No excuses.
Yep, do it. This is when you do
also,
it.
Yep. There's also the enhancement experience plus 25%, as well as the great enhancement aid plus 25% as well. But that augmentation aid, we are likely never going to see that again on global. Not without some effort from the player base at the very least. And then there is a trigger distribution coming as well on the 31st. For that, just log in prior to April 30th, and you're going to get yourself an Endless Nightmare trigger as well as a Wild Easter trigger. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming over the next few weeks, or 4 weeks actually. So yeah, it's going to be big. You should see a lot of players in game over the next several weeks here.
Oh yeah, I'm getting back more into this.
I think I needed that small break, especially with how much I was playing PSO2 like over this whole year.
Same here. It was not over the last week or two. I've actually been a little bit more back in Final Fantasy 14, which I still need to stream. What is it? Patch 5.4, I think, at some point. Plus, I got to get patch 5.2 and 5.3 uploaded, so I'll probably upload those leading into it.
Oh, by the way, what race do you play in 14?
What race? I'm an Aura.
Aura, okay. Or Aura.
Yeah.
Male Aura, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And I have purple skin.
Yeah, I'm mostly a male Makote, but because of a joke with another FC mate, I'm a Lalafell right now.
Gotcha.
Basically, my raid group's trying to do the newest raid tier, and one of them bought me a Fantasia with the stipulation that I had to stay as a Lalafell until we cleared the E12S.
Gotcha. Well, I guess maybe if you can find yourself a beard, you can make yourself into a dwarf.
Yeah, that's all the dwarves are. They're just Lalafells with a helmet on.
Yep. Actually, if you haven't, this is a little off topic, but if you haven't before, you should make sure that you check out inside those buildings, because Lalafells can only go inside those buildings.
I've gone in those buildings. It's great.
Alright, so moving on from here, we of course have the new Fresh Finds shop with its recommended items. You've got the Quilin Kizuka outfit, as well as the Kizuka hair, some Kizuka headgear. Those look like just what would you even call those? Like, clips? As well as their glasses as well. And then there is the Erie set. And then the Nyx set as well. So... yeah, an interesting set for the Fresh Finds shop here. I'm not exactly sure where this is all coming from, though. It's slipping my mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
I almost want to say maybe this is Weaponoid related, but I'm not 100% on that one. And then as for the triggers that you can pick up, the big one, of course, is the Face of the Abyss, but you'll also be able to pick up the Wild Easter trigger from here as well. The rest of these, you can pretty much just get those from the Bad Shop instead. Oh, a design contest entry. Okay. Alright, and then we've got a new AC scratch here for the Spring Festival. Let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Spring is this Saturday, officially.
Yep. Got Huey in a nice outfit there. And then the checkered jacket and slacks is not that bad of an outfit. I'll say that much.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like you can get a yukata with this one.
It's a much more stylized yukata.
Yep. Once again, we've got color variances for the cast here this time. Also in the background, with the spring update, you're going to have the Rappy Lobby Ball there as well. And then you got this...
I get you were right. We didn't get the White Day Lobby at all.
Yep, that's a shame.
Yeah, but that's to be expected since it's not a thing that we have here in the States.
Right. There was the circular keyboard, which if you put a couple of those together, you can actually make the similar keyboard to what Ulala had in Space Channel 5.
I really need to finish Space Channel 5.
It's a fun game if you haven't gone through it before.
Up, down, choo, choo, choo.
Hey, hey, hey! So yeah, that's what we got for the AC scratch. Looks like there was an update here. So Bebo's pose has turned into Bo pose, and then the fighter accessory is now displayed correctly in the video. So this is an updated version of that.
Yeah, small update, but update nonetheless.
Yep. Let's see here. Aside from that, I'm not seeing too much else here. There is a maritime skirt, actually, though, here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got your cast parts, and then accessories. You got a bunch of hairstyles with this one. A whole bunch of eyes, including something called the honeycomb eyes. Interesting.
Yeah.
You can get the Huey makeup with this. Huey Makeup B. And then I guess if you wanted to have a buzzsaw on your arm. That's an interesting accessory there.
Mhm.
As well as the solid mask, which you could probably change the way that that's looking to get that in front of your face if you wanted that.
Yeah. That would work just far better with just being in front of the face.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and there's the circular keyboards.
Yep. You got 3 varieties. Ulala's was both in front as well as behind her, so just put 2 of them on. You've also got the casual sonar, which is just several rings behind the character. And the floaty effect, which gives you some bubbles. There is the waist cape. And speaker pods. I guess if you wanted to have something like that floating behind you. And there, of course, are wireless earphones as well. Kind of big, though, aren't they?
The stream is sponsored by Riku.
No, we don't have sponsors.
Yeah,
At least
we don't do that
nothing
here.
right now. Nobody's reached out to us to even try that.
Nah.
Let's see. You do also have a couple of ravens here. Interesting.
Ooh, the perched raven.
And there's a color variant on the dragon set now. So if you wanted to get some more reddish wings.
I really like those red rings or red wings.
As well as the tail. There's also the bunny nose filter. Which, that doesn't look like that's actually like a muzzle there. That's just like pixelated art? I don't know. What?
It is literally a filter. Like I'm looking at it in game. It is literally a filter. You can move your character around and that thing just does not move at all.
Oh my goodness.
It's like a Snapchat filter.
Okay then. You've also got the fighter accessory. That'll probably look better on a cast. And then for this one, your elemental transition is lightning. And then here are the emotes once again. As for your bonus rewards, looks like you get the 433 vocal performance number 6 at 45. Or 45 scratches, rather.
Yep.
And then, of course, below that, we've got the new Fuzz Scratch. You kind of cut out there at the start, so we only...
Yes, I did.
But let's see. You got some arm dresses, apparently, with this set.
Ooh. It's just like an armband thing.
Yeah, I guess. There's also the feather hairdress, or headdress rather.
Mm-hmm.
And the ARKS joystick.
A floating joystick.
Yep.
So you can pretend like you're playing a game while you play a game.
Uh-huh. And then the elephant headgear accessory. Probably works better on a cast.
Probably.
And then we've got the double big ribbons. And the flower foot accessories. And then I think the rest of this is repeats from last week.
Yep. Those are all repeats.
Alright. So, there is also a campaign going on right now, a Twitter giveaway rather, whereby if you share your look, then you have the potential to get 800 star gems, or potentially something else here. Let's see. So actually, let's see. So basically, anybody that tweets a screenshot that includes the hashtag PSO2 giveaway, and compiles them in the format requested above, then you're going to, if you win this, you're going to get yourself 800 star gems, a salon free pass, and 3 color change passes. And you are able to enter this until April 21st. So, for the rules of this, winners will be contacted via Twitter's messaging feature. Users with closed DMs will not be eligible to win. Upon being notified, the winners will have 1 week to reply to the message with the following information: player ID, character name, and the character's ship number. And the winning is void if you do not reply within 1 week.
Just PSO2 Global just casually sliding into your DMs.
Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much what we got for Global this week. Just let me refresh real quick. Yeah, it's still nothing on the Global closed beta test, so I guess more detail to come on that in the future here.
Yep.
All right.
Really excited for it.
That we are. All right. So moving on from Global PSO2 over to Idola now. We've
Also,
got
real quick before we do that. I just remembered that whenever the closed beta test happens for English, you'll have plenty of footage in order for you to use for the music.
Yep, that's definitely going to be a thing. I'm hoping that at this point, maybe what they decided to do is well, no, nobody's reached out to me yet, so I don't know. I can't really comment on this yet. I'm hoping I get into it.
Mm-hmm. I was able to get into the closed beta test for Global last year. I think anyone who signed up for it got in pretty much.
I think so too. And you know what? If anything, they might do this as the Global closed beta test as an Xbox exclusive again.
Well, if that's the case, I got my Xbox One ready.
Yeah, mine's just sitting here on the table. I haven't powered it on in months at this point.
I have it in a box.
Might be a good idea so I can keep dust out of there.
Yeah. I still use the controller though. I use it on my PC. It's a good controller.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing I wish I could do with the Xbox controller was swap where the D-pad and the control stick were.
Mm.
That's the one thing I wish I could do with that. It's more just being able to swap them on the fly. I don't. For 3D games, I like where it's positioned, but for 2D games, I wish I could move that D-pad up to where the control stick is. It's just easier to hold it.
Yeah.
This is why I keep
Anyway.
a PlayStation controller as well.
Anyway, let's continue on with more news stuff that we got.
Yep. So, Idola, they have temporarily shut down access to Episode 1, Chapter 15, and the coming updates. They have noticed the unacceptable quality of the Episode 2 launch in the past week, and they are doing their best to fix the bugs. Episode 1, Chapter 15 is temporarily shut off for further QA and is expected to reopen in mid-April. They're going to offer free gifts with the next update as a token of their apology. So
What
they are
was
giving...
wrong with the launch.
Say again, sorry?
What was wrong with the launch?
So there were instances where, like, the details for how to clear certain missions inside the specific goals inside of missions. The text had gone missing, and other things like that.
Oh.
So looks like they're giving away a new character, Lise EX, and they are going to make the following bug fixes. So misuse of the currency symbol. Items will always be sold in USD. They're going to fix the display error on the step-up gachas, as well as translation issues, expiration dates, 5-star ticket description, and countdowns in bundles. And they are asking players if there are any other bugs or mistranslations to go ahead and submit those. And then there's also been a customer service update. They have recently updated their customer service system. So if you want to get in contact, send an email to customer_service@boltren.com. So hopefully they can get things figured out there. I was originally planning to stream the launch of episode 2, but given the current circumstances, I don't want to put the game in a bad light here, so I'm going to hold off on that for just a little bit, but hopefully not too long, because there are still some events that I want to get back to inside there, so maybe this weekend, maybe a little bit later than that. We'll have to see.
All right. And I might try more of it. Before we went live, I did mention how I decided to log back on and just to get all the free stuff that they sent out to people.
Yep.
And I did the step up gacha, which has a rate up for one character. If you don't get it after the last step, then you're guaranteed to get him. First step, I got him.
Congratulations.
Why is it that my luck, when I don't need it to be really good, is stupid dumb good, but when I do need it to be good, it's garbage? I don't understand my luck sometimes. And I don't think I ever will.
Yeah, it's crazy, but that luck should help you out with your rare drop hunt.
Hopefully. But since it's something that, okay, I want my luck to be good, it's going to end up being garbage.
Good point. Alright, moving on to...
No, I just thought of something. It's like, okay, I want to try to, like, if I'm going to try to farm for the Sealed J sword, alright, instead of specifically focusing on the Sealed J sword, what other enemies showed up there in that quest? I should try to go for the Rika's Claw or something. I don't know. Actually, no,
That
Rika's
works.
Claw would probably be harder because there's not many epsilons.
True. Maybe whatever the Ilgil drops then?
Oh, yes, the Yamigarasu. I'm specifically farming for the Yamigarasu, not the Seal J sword. So my luck for the Seal J sword should go higher if I'm not specifically farming for it.
Maybe.
Wishful thinking.
Yep. Stepping back to the Japanese PSO2 real quick here, there was an emergency maintenance set for between noon and 7 o'clock Japanese Standard Time. This is to correct a bug in which the My Fashion failed to display previously saved fashion and showed saved new instead. And from what I understand there, yeah, it's basically it was allowing players to overwrite them without providing notice that they were going to be overwritten.
Oof.
Yeah, so that's not a good one. And last thing we've got here is an update for Idola on the Japanese side. There's a Step Up Star Festival Matilda that has been postponed. The development team was going to release a Step Up Star Festival today, but they decided to postpone the gacha to review and balance her further. So potentially they were either underpowered or they were overpowered. As an apology for the inconvenience, all users will receive 100 star diamonds in their gift box, and you can claim that until March 30th.
And knowing how gachas are, it was probably underpowered.
Could be. In the meantime, Season 17 of the Brigade Battle will be starting, and Matilda will have boosted stats in that season once they are introduced into the game. And then, there's also a limited event, Idola Battle SP Spring 2021. So for this one, basically, you just fight Idola over and over and over. That gets you these crystals that you can then use to trade in the shops. A sheet of objectives in Idola Battle that replaces the weekly missions is also introduced. It unlocks various prizes, such as Idola medals and stamina refills. Completing this sheet will give you a total of 1,200 star diamonds, and this is active until the 22nd. And then I think we already got the March 11th update here, so...
Yeah, I believe so.
So yeah, that's pretty much everything that we had here for today's special. Now, I did pull over the file if you wanted to look at that again here. Let's see. Give me 1 second while I get that started here.
What are you bringing up again?
I'm bringing up the stream from earlier. Let me get rid of this text here.
Okay.
Let's see here. There we go. And we'll make this full screen. There we go. Just in case there was anything else that you wanted to look at here. I mean, there wasn't too much that they brought up today, but there were these scenes looking at the different enemies that we can check out again here. The Bujin was one of the dolls that they showed off here. Which I do remember them showing up in the first closed beta test, if I remember correctly. And to your point, they are missing an arm there.
Yeah. I just found that odd.
And then there was the Daidal Sword, which was one of the bosses that could be encountered. And I think this guy actually shows up in the tower quest as well, if I remember correctly. The tower being one of the main locations where you can get extra skill points.
I like that skill points are tied to doing those towers and cocoons.
Yep, and the fact that they carry over to all your characters is also a nice bonus as well. So you only have to do it once.
Nice.
And then, of course, you got the Udans and the Golfs showing up again. As well as the Rock Bear, or the Crag Bear, as it's called here. And it's nice that they're able to reuse these models and give them new attacks and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
And if it works and you can just update the textures and models a bit, why waste money on making completely brand new ones when you can reuse old ones?
Yep. Yeah, as long as when you update them and you give them, if you do a palette swap, as long as you give them new attacks and things like that, then I don't have a problem with it.
Same.
And then there was the altars. Then you got your little dragons there, as well as the afro-wearing birds.
I like those birds.
Yep.
Those birds are nice.
And this was the one that they said supported other enemies, so this is the one you want to take out first in that case.
Yeah, of course. So when it comes to any kind of online game, especially like any MMOs on PvP, you always take out the healer first.
Yep. Now, I did notice that they do set, like, the grass on fire, but does it actually burn it away? That's the question.
Hmm.
And then we got the Wallon here, which I was saying before looks similar to an enemy from Phantasy Star Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with
I
the way
really like
it
that
does
it
its
kicks.
kicks.
Yeah. Also, I did think about that whole joke of, oh, they probably skewer their food before they made that comment.
Yeah, you were a couple of seconds behind, so yeah,
Yeah.
that happened at basically the same time. Alright, and then we'll just skip ahead a little bit here. Here they were talking about how in the exploration sections there can be up to 32 players.
Which is amazing.
Yep.
Like, sudden giant enemy shows up and you just have 32 players going at it. That just sounds great.
Yep. We'll see how easy it is to get dedicated hunting groups together in the same instance. But yeah, I
that
would not be
actually
surprised.
be very a very useful thing that the group chat could do. You have a group chat which is specifically for those kind of hunts.
Group chat or an external Discord or something like that. I could easily see something like that being set up.
I will set one up myself. How about that?
That works. All right, and then there was one or two more sections here. Yeah, they talked about the fact that outerwear and cast parts will be ticket-based, as well as the fact that set wares or avatar items, those are equipped on the same slot as baseware. And then they talked a little bit more about subclasses, skill points, and limit breaking, as well as battle power.
Yeah, being able to use the weapon of your of the subclass.
And then they went
pretty
into
major.
the results from the first closed beta test.
Yep, which we already went over
So
before.
it's a lot of this we already talked about previously.
Yep.
And then here is the second closed beta test. Once again, they confirmed there is going to be a global closed beta test coming. Let's see. And then they clarified the thing about copyright for these for the videos. Yeah, they need to put or copyright Sega to be included either at the beginning or end of videos or in their thumbnails and description section. So,
which makes sense. A lot of Japanese game companies do that with the kind of thing.
Yep. And then they went into the participation rewards here. And let's see. And then they went into the weapons that got added in Partisan. Feels like it's playing pretty similarly to how it was in PSO2, but with some changes to the animations.
To make it smooth as butter.
Yes, that is true. And then we got the Wired Lance, which is just absolutely crazy in how you flip around with that one.
I love it.
Like, how do you not accidentally hit your head there?
Video game logic, don't question it.
I guess, but I can see somebody being on like the side of a hill at one point, and they're just gonna, ouch. And then we had the changes to the launcher, including all the photon arts that got moved around with that one. Yeah, that beam's been around for a while. But then they added in this, which is like satellite cannon.
Yeah.
And then there's 1 point with, I guess, a final burst on that as well. And then it's also gained a trap that can be used just by using the weapon action.
Which is really nice. You just put that trap on, bam, Photon Arts, then the trap goes off, and then you spam Photon Arts again.
Yep, and you can see it go off there. It boosts them from 53 up to 100 photon points there. Twin Dagger is looking to be sort of similar. I'm hoping that you're not going to be required to be in the air all the time with this one, like you are in PSO2.
Hopefully.
And then you have the Double Saber, which is pretty much almost the same as it is with PSO2, especially with the Whirlwind effect. Although the Whirlwind can be placed a little bit further away from your character now, it seems. And then you have the Talus, which the big improvement that they've made with this is that they've now made it very easy to retrieve it. In the past, you would have to either wait to sheath the Talus, or you would have to aim at the ground in order to get back close to you. So that is a huge change, and I could see that being used more often now.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, they went a little bit more in review on that, and then I think that was the last of the new information they brought today. Yeah, then they went into the into this little thing here.
Like I said, I find it funny how two of them did Japanese ones, while one of them just did English.
Yep.
Also, can you go to his English there? I just want to critique the handwriting.
Let's see. It's around here somewhere.
Yeah. Right here. Look at that handwriting. That just reminds me of the kind of handwriting that I would have done back when I was in elementary school.
I mean, these days, how much people actually need to write things down?
Yeah, true.
And then let me see if I can skip us to where that hashtag was. Or, let's see. There it is. So, for the Japanese side, the hashtag is in Japanese. On the global side, it's in English, so hashtag PSO2 NGS acrostic poem.
Yep. And I was the first one to post something with that hashtag, so I claim the ownership of that now.
Nice. I still gotta post mine up. And then the last thing that they had for us was, let's see, it was right here. So this was the pose that was they had to complete as a challenge here.
That was multiple poses.
Yeah.
So she failed.
Either that, or they're going to make it a single pose, and you just click each time you want to change which stance you're using.
But no, she failed.
Yeah. But yeah, that pretty much does it for us today here. I don't think there was anything else unless you had here, Stance.
Nope, nothing else that I have.
All right. So, we're looking forward to when they're doing Prologue number 3. Hopefully they'll give us a date about that in the future. Probably going to happen, I would, if I had to guess, maybe a month to 2 months from now, but we'll have to see about that. And, yeah. And then, of course, we're looking forward to the global closed beta test.
Yes, I'm glad they confirmed that so much.
Yep. So we will see how things play out with that here. Hopefully one of us will finally get into this thing.
Yeah, hopefully.
But that brings us to the end of this episode. On behalf of Xance and myself, thank you for joining us today. Day has dawned. Have a great day, everyone.
Johnny.